today in La Posera Zoo. During this video, we will see different animals with some important information about them. We think that this information is important because it will help you to know how amazing and also dangerous the animals can be, and also to create the awareness of how we treat the animals and how this can affect the danger to the extinct.
In our daily lives, we always see domestic animals, but what happens with the wildlife?
The lion, better known as the king of the jungle, is a well-muscled cat with a long body, large head, and short legs. Its scientific name is Panthera leo and normally lives on a dry and hot climate. This corresponds to grasslands, savanna, dense scrubs, and open woodlands, which are its normal habitat. As the other animals, the lion has biotic and abiotic factors. The biotic are grass, trees, and prey, and the abiotic factors are rocks, mud, and ponds and rivers in the desert. Lions are carnivores. As we know, they eat meat from other animals. It is its position in the food chain. By knowing this, we can deduce that are secondary consumers and feed on primary consumers. Finally, they are so important in the food chain because they control the herbivore population and also prey mainly on herd animals.
The white tiger, also named Panthera tigris, is a carnivorous animal and it can weigh up to 110 to 285 kilograms. It has a genetic condition that suppresses its color pigment, dulled its white color. Also, it has pink nose, blue eyes, and its skin is colored black, gray, or clear coffee strips. It usually lives in the savanna, but it can also adapt and live in tropical and subtropical forests. In the environment of this animal, it's possible to find water, mineral, nutrients, CO2, O2, solar radiation, among others. It interacts with other living things such as trees, grass, herbivorous animals, carnivorous, and carnivorous animals, and decomposers. The tiger is a secondary consumer and it is important in the food chains because it helps to control populations of other animals.
So, hi everybody, my name is Leonor and I'm going to talk about the alligators. Alligators are reptiles that measure between 10 to 15 feet and its weight is approximately 1,000 pounds. Its scientific name is Alligator mississippiensis. They live in the southwestern of the United States, in Florida and Louisiana. It's more likely to find them in lakes, streams, or rivers. They prefer warm temperatures with fresh water resources. Starting with the abiotic factors, some of their abiotic factors are tropical and subtropical heat and water bodies such as rivers, lakes, and sandy areas to lay the eggs. Their biotic factors are the prey that can be fishes, turtles, and some mammals. They play an important role in maintaining ecosystem balance because they are consumers. Sitting at the top of the food chains, alligator affects predators that help keeping the other animals' population in balance.
African elephant, their scientific name is Loxodonta africana. African elephants can adapt to any type of habitat. They are usually observed in African extensions, although they can also be seen in savannas, forests, grasslands, swamps, and any other place where there is water. Its perfect climate is tropical or warm. They need biotic factors like trees, fruit trees, shrubs, and fresh herbs, and abiotic factors like light, water, nutrients, oxygen, and a temperature like 30 Celsius degrees. In the food chain, they are secondary producers and primary consumers because the elephants are herbivores. The African elephants are important in the food chain because during the dry seasons, elephants use their tusks to dig up for water. This means they provide water for other animals that share habitats. When elephants eat, they create gaps in the vegetation. These gaps allow new plants to grow and create pathways for other smaller animals to use. Some species rely entirely upon elephants for seed dispersal. They feed on tons of plants organic matter, which then serves as food to the large predators and the scavengers that will come later.
The rhinoceros is often more broadly applied to now extinct species of the superfamily Rhinocerotidae, with a scientific name of Ceratotherium simul. The preferred habitat varies depending on the species, but from savannas, grassland, plains, wetlands, and dense forests in tropical regions. The biotic factors of their ecosystems are grass, brush, bushes, trees, fruits, lions, and water. The biotic factors of their ecosystem are sunlight, wind, temperature, and so on. The role of rhinos in the food chain is to act as a primary consumer, since they are herbivores that eat nothing but plants and grasses, which means they are first consumers in the food chain.
Kangaroos, its scientific name is Macropus rufus. You can find kangaroos in wooded forests, savannas, scrublands, deserts, and grassy plains. They adapt to tropical climate, for example, hot and humid in the summer. The main abiotic factor is the tropical temperature, because obviously they couldn't survive to several cold weather, for example, snow and ice. On the other hand, the biotic factors are the absence of large carnivorous predators, because there are lack of mechanisms of defense against them. Finally, his role in the food chain. They are considered by scientists as primary consumers because they are herbivores. They play an important role in its food chain because it is a very simple food chain composed just by themselves, grass-like food, decomposers, and that eat them.
To conclude, we can say that the biodiversity is important to maintain the balance in the different processes like the food chain. This is the reason why it is important to take care of the environment. Since the last decade, the human actions have done many bad things, putting many species in danger. We also pollute a lot, without caring about the species. They need a good environment to live well, and they haven't this. Also, they don't deserve to be in a jail. They need to be in their habitats and be free.